What have you done? What have you done in your life that you've achieved that you could be so proud of?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I just have my father's pride, so we don't cry.
Right. Got it.
We just suffer inside. We never cry.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, but like that's what Vikings do. Like,
Oh,
we
Norway's
suffer.
Vikings?
Yeah.
I actually went to the planetarium. They talked all about Vikings the other day.
But that's why like Scandinavians are pretty. Because the Vikings didn't bring back like ugly chicks. They just brought back the good stuff.
So what happened to you? Did you miss out on that, or like?
I will beat you. Physically hurt you.
Cool story, bro.
It would though.
Yeah.
It would though. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Maybe hepatitis C.
We can work on that. Don't worry.
Yeah, we can work that out.
Don't worry. I got you. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I don't even know what a condom is. Don't worry.
No one fits.
Huh? None will fit.
None of them fits. That's why I don't use them. Because they're too small.
I've never had any complaints.
No.
Hey, what's up, world? And welcome to my world. Madison here, and I'm in Amsterdam. The purpose of me being here is to give you something that's never been done before. I want to teach you all about 9s and 10s and how to get them. I'm talking about the international models. I'm talking about the Olympic athletes. I'm talking about the girls who are bartenders and cocktail waitresses. I'm talking about the Maxim cover magazine girls. How do you get them from cold approach? How do you get them just seeing them walk down the street and you're unprepared and you're unarmed? You snap in there, all of a sudden 30 minutes later she's going home with you. How do you do that? How do you be that guy? Well, I'm a natural at that. That's what I specialize in. That's what I was brought on RSD to show you and introduce you to. And I'm gonna tell you how to do that today. I'm gonna introduce you to those techniques, introduce you to those skills, those strategies, and install them in your brain because it's about fucking time. All right, so let's crack into the video. Keep an open mind, open heart, take lots of notes, get ready, stay tuned.
Reminisce back when I used to watch that thriller. Yeah. The year was 1997. Place, New York, New York. Big city of dreams. Harlem, USA.
This speech I'm going to give today, this lecture I'm going to give you guys, is about 9s and 10s. 9s and 10s games, okay? I'm going to tell you pretty much everything that I know about it, the subject, give you all the information possible, and then really try to blow your minds and take you on a journey into my mind, into how I think about women, how I think about dating, take you on a journey into that, take you onto a journey so you understand strippers, you understand models, you understand the bartender, you understand all these women, what their life is like, and then also take you again back to the beginning so you understand what makes them attractive or what makes you attracted to them and how to incorporate them into your life, okay? I've never talked about this stuff in public before. I had to write it down. This is the first time I'm saying this publicly. This is brand new information. I recommend you take a lot of notes and you realize this is fucking gold, all right? Nothing but fucking gold here. So, the first thing is, I would say, what's my experience? If you watch any of my videos, you go back, you see I'm the guy that's had, I have like 30 girls come to my house in a month. That's happened before. 30 girls, first dates, over to my house in a month. Some of them from online, I've never met them. They come over at 12 o'clock, 11:30. Since about the age of 14 years old, I started reading self-development books. I had read about 400 books and courses in total, actually 500 when you include the courses, books and courses in total on the area of self-development and psychology. So I really tried to understand myself and understand where other people were coming from. My dating life has been like this, and I'll just say it straight up. Most of the girls that I date, you will never see in the infield because they're famous or they're hotter. And they're so hot that you would recognize them if you saw them, okay? I probably dated enough international models, cocktail girls, or strippers to fill this room at this point in my life. If I took all of you guys out of here and replaced you with a hot girl, that would be pretty accurate, okay? Very recently, I was showing Steph last night, I'm dating a girl who's a 2-time gold medalist and going to the Olympics in February. Why is there no infield on her? Because the paparazzi would be all over her fan page would be like, what is this RSD shit? Or feminist, you know? So I can't show her, okay? The girls that I typically date are girls that date like Wall Street bankers. My current girlfriend, if you will, is a girl who dates Wall Street bankers usually. She's dated many of them. How does a guy like me, even before RSD, by the way, before I started traveling and living like this baller life, before all that, I was still able to date women like this. You've seen the infield online at international models in the day when I'm sweaty in my gym clothes, right? The girls that I also date, I usually compete with guys that are professional athletes for the same girl. That's the quality of girl that I'm talking about. I compete with professional athletes. Most girls that I date, somewhere on the first date, they say, you know, I usually date football players. I'm like, that's who I'm competing with, okay, at this level. I compete with girls who have dated oil barons. I don't even know what an oil baron was until she told me. I'm not sure I still know what an oil baron is. I think it's a guy who's inherited old oil money. That's what I think it is, right? It's like, you know, I dated an oil baron. I'm like, oh, interesting. That's the level that I'm talking about. And that's what I'm going to tell you about today because that's what I know. That's all that I know. It's sad, not so much, but it's all that I know. And I know it for a certain reason. I made a choice about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I made a choice in my pickup, my journey. I said, I want nothing but the best. There's no reason for us to do this unless we get the best. Why are you even here? Why are you in this room? Why are you listening to me if you just want to settle? Why would you want to settle? Don't you want the best for yourself? Do you know how far you can fucking take this? Do you know how far you can get with this? Do you know the levels that are available to you? Again, guys, this was before I had money. This is before I traveled, before I had cool videos and cool friends. This is all before that. What you're capable of is so crazy. You have no idea. You can't even imagine it. Most guys think to get really, really amazing girls, they would have to go to Vegas and live in Vegas for a while and do bottle service. I don't want to knock what people think, but that's absolutely not fucking true. I do this daily, again and again and again. Daily, I could walk up to an international model and just have a date with her on the spot. Daily, okay? It's absolutely possible. Now, maybe models aren't your thing, and that's totally cool. If you want to date doctors, lawyers, women who are entrepreneurs, women who are professionals in their own right, intelligent, educated, articulate, sophisticated women, that is all I can teach you. I can't teach you how to, guys. I just can't do it. I can't. I really can't. I wish I could teach you how to do that. By the way, I don't mean the 6 physically. I mean that. But I also mean the 6 mentally. The woman who hasn't invested into herself. She hasn't read any good books lately. Just wanted to quickly show you the bookcase of my friend who is an Olympic athlete. She has 2 gold medals. And this is the bookcase of books that she reads. And, you know, I didn't want to show you her face because of paparazzi or whatever. So as I show you this bookcase, keep in mind that she's only 22 years old. And she's reading some of the same hardcore books that other top performers read. Now, that is no coincidence. I can't teach you how to do that because I don't know that. They're speaking Chinese to me. I've taken what I've done and I put it in a world where it doesn't relate. If I approach a girl who's a 6 mentally and emotionally and physically, she's like she doesn't understand, and it looks like rejection, but it's just like, that's just not for me. That world is not for me. But if I go up to a Olympic athlete, I go up to a girl who's dated an NFL player before, I walk up to her, I talk to her, she gets it. She's like, oh, yeah, here's the guy. Of course, where have you been? It's that guy. It's that guy I've been looking for. It's a completely different language. So I'm gonna teach you guys today how to speak that language. So the reason why I was bought, I haven't even started giving the information yet, don't worry. I'm pretty sure whatever your question is, it will be answered. I'm only 10 minutes into this. All right, so I was brought into RSD. The reason I was brought here was to be a specialist at this. This is what I can do. Can't do anything else, specialist at this. Everybody's in RSD, all the coaches are special at what they can do for different reasons. There's nobody in the world that I know that can do what I do as consistent as I do it. I haven't had LMRs, I haven't had that in 4 or 5 years. I've never brought home a girl and she's like, what's going on? That doesn't happen, okay? There's things you can do systematically to set yourself up so all your challenges, all your sticking points you have can be knocked out in the first 5 minutes. It's very common for you to meet a girl on the street or at a club or at a cafe in 30 minutes and then we leave together. That's my average pull. My average pull time is 30 minutes. And the women aren't drunk, they're completely sober. Okay, it's based on small social cues. It's based on empathy, a word that's not used a lot for guys anymore. Social cues, empathy, and sophistication. All right? That's the key. And then the last one I'll talk to you guys about today as well, besides the social cues, the empathy, the sophistication, something called the shadow conversation. Those 4 things are what allow me to do it most often. So, some people think, well, Madison had it easy. Madison, he was a cool black guy. Does not make it any easier. It makes it fucking harder. Because people do what they've usually done. A girl will naturally date a guy. It's kind of like a guy she's already dated before in the past. She's gonna go for a guy that's similar, a guy that looks like her brother's friends, a guy that went to a same kind of school environment, a guy she's comfortable with in her social circle. She's not gonna reach outside of her social circle. It's actually harder. So if you guys are doing cold approach, which is the most important thing to do, continue doing that, and I'll show you how to have success in that area. By the way, cold approach is fucking amazing. I don't know what happened in the community in the last 2 years. Somehow nobody wants to do cold approach anymore. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be in state. Everybody wants to have a social group. Everybody wants to be themselves and authentic. Everybody wants to be good at Tinder. Nobody wants to have cold approach skills anymore. You're limited. You're limited. Have you guys seen Tinder lately? It's fucked. Tinder's dead. It was good up to about 3 months ago. Then they introduced Tinder Gold, and now it's shit. Tinder is complete shit. How do I know? Because I take girls' phones that I'm on dates with, and I say, show me your Tinder. And it says 5,000 matches on Tinder Gold. I'm gonna put out a video about this soon. Girls don't even swipe right anymore. They just go to their Tinder Gold matches, look at the first 20, and then quit because it's too hard. It's like checking the mail. Tinder's like a part-time job for them now. Nobody goes on Tinder. No one. What do? Your social circle? Oh, the 5 girls that you know in your social circle? Great. You know what social circle is to me? Social circle means that you're depending on other guys to bring you girls. You're still limited. You're limited to the guys. You're limited to the girls of the guy that brings that VIP table. He brought 4 girls to a VIP table. That's who you're limited to. He's the one who did the work. You're gonna ride another man's work effort? Wait, let me see. This guy made the effort to create a situation for girls to come, and you're gonna go and steal his girls? That's your fucking plan as a man? That's your plan. I couldn't get a job, so I just went and stole it from people. That's your plan. That's not a plan. You gotta be able to do it for yourself. You gotta be able to get out into the real world and make shit happen. I would think that you don't deserve a girl until you can get her from cold approach. That's what I think. But I'm a idealist. So maybe I'm a little crazy. But I think you don't deserve her if you can't get her from cold approach. Why should she be with you? If you don't have a solid reason to why that girl should be with you, probably don't deserve her. I'll help you get to those reasons. Don't worry. Don't worry. RSD Daddy Oprah's got you. Okay? The thing that I like to really focus on is lifestyle games. So not day game, not night game, but lifestyle game. The ability to get meet a woman anywhere. The ability to make a connection anywhere. Maybe at your school, I don't really advise it, at your work either, but at the cafe, while you're in line, while you're at the subway, while you're paying a bill, on the way out of here, on the street, over Facebook, mutual friend. You see a girl on Instagram, how do you talk to her? How do you slide in her DM and slide into her life? Life game. I don't want to be good only in the night. Like, what is this only being good at night thing? You know, I go out to a club for 1 or 2 hours, and then I'm outside the club for 22 hours, and I don't do pickup there. What is this night game thing? What is this day game thing only too? You know, day game is from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5:30. Once the sun goes down, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm lazy. I don't like to go to the club. By the way, I hate fucking going to the club. I hate it. I hate going to the club. I don't like it. I'm in my mid-30s now. I don't like going to a club with drunk 21-year-olds dancing to Katy Perry. I don't like it. There's nothing in it for me. You know? Like, it's like, and all these girls are like, I'm a makeup artist. I'm like, no, you're not. CEO of myself, no, you're not. No, you're not. There's nothing in it for me. I want to be able to do this 24/7 outside of the club. I don't want to have to go to the club. I want to be able to meet people anywhere and have it work out. Okay? The core strengths, I think, that really make it work are inner game. People will tell you that amazing girls is mostly based on outer game. That's true. You can attract them through outer game. The way to hook them and get them to call you back is mostly inner game. You want to get more solid numbers, day twos, which are dates. It's mostly inner game you want to focus on. You want to focus on that empathy, that sophistication, that shadow game, and the social cues, exactly, the social cues, okay? When you have that done and that dialed in, that's mostly inner game. Most of you in this room probably have what's called pickup conditioning. Pickup conditioning is go in, go out, get it done. That's what it is. It's like bam, bam. There's no elegance to it. It's just like in, out. Get it, like go, open, try to pull. Nothing, out, next. You're in this pickup conditioning habit. You're like hit up as many sets as you can, do as many approaches as you can. And if you're a beginner, like you're in this less than a year, absolutely do that. Go to the club. I give you permission to spam approach the club. Talk to everybody in the club. But once you're past a year or so, you need to stop this pickup conditioning of spam approaching, and you need to start being more selective. You need to start snipering. You're not going to get the most stunning girl at the club or the work or the street or the cafe by spam approaching. It has to be specific, intelligent approaches. You have to think about this woman. Think about what she's going through. Think about what her life is like in order to get her. Because how you imagine a hot girl is not actually how she is. A woman can be a 9 or 10 on the outside and still emotionally feel like a 7 on the inside. Now, how is that possible? It's because a really attractive woman that usually gets paid to be attractive compares herself to other people that she knows, other girls that she knows that are attractive. That makes sense? So she's like, it's like a millionaire comparing himself to a billionaire. Millionaires are renting yachts. Billionaires own yachts. You see what I'm saying? If you have $1 million in the bank, I have a friend of mine who has $1 million. He has a small boat. It's not a yacht. But he could easily compare himself to a billionaire that owns a yacht. Because of that, he's never good enough. So a very, very attractive woman, because she's attractive, doesn't mean that she thinks she's attractive. Because she's stunning, doesn't mean that she thinks she is. You probably are not attracted to, how do I say this, not attracted. If you had a very, very hot girl in your bed, you probably would not get it hard on your first time. I put a supermodel in your bed right now, okay, supermodel, or a girl's on a catwalk, a girl's doing fashion on the runways in Milan and Paris or London. If I put her in your bed right now and said, all right, man, you have 15 minutes. You couldn't get a hard on. Anybody ever had that happen in real life? I did, first time. For the first year of getting really hot girls, when I started to get like more than 8s and 9s, I tried to use Viagra and Cialis because I couldn't get hard. They were hard, I had to use it. Why was that? I put pressure on myself. It's finally happening, man. She's finally here. All these years of doing cold approach in the fucking club, and now's the moment. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. It's finally here. Don't fuck it up. This is what you've been dreaming of. Most of you cannot get a very attractive woman because you're still using the woman as a piece of validation. I don't even fucking like that word, validation. I'll just say you're using the girl to complete your puzzle. Am I enough? Do I feel like I'm okay? Am I worth it? She's so hot. Is she out of my league? Does she know that I'm not good as good as she is? These thoughts are going in your mind. You're questioning yourself. You're looking at that very attractive woman, hoping that she will complete your puzzle. Every approach you do, please complete me, please. Or maybe your voice is a little more masculine. Please complete me. Will you finish my puzzle? Will you tell me it's okay? You all know, in your head you know, you deserve the hot girl. When you don't, this means you guys, crowd participation.
You will not get it.
Yeah, you deserve the hot girl when you don't want her, when you don't need her. Everybody knows that. Yeah, you get the hot girl, you don't want her, well, you don't need her. Anytime you're very like blasé about it, you got a hot girl. You're like, and the girl liked you. You probably think of some 6s and 7s that you didn't want, and they really liked you. You're like, it was a one-night stand. I don't really know. I'm not looking for anything serious right now. She's like, really? You've had a few of those. A really attractive girl, you feel like she's gonna complete you. You feel like the stunning girl is gonna help you to level up, and you're gonna enter intermediate level. Then I'll fuck an 8.9, not an 8.5. That's still intermediate in my mind. Then I'll fuck an 8.9, and then I'll get to advanced level. And then I'll get the bathroom pull. And when I get the bathroom pull, and 2 days in a row on the weekend, then I'll hit instructor level. What is? I don't know. What is instructor level? I don't know. We have some ideas about it. So I'm not really sure what it is. What is instructor level? Is instructor level transformation mastery where you can make a whole bunch of men in the room cry? Is that instructor level? I made 40 dudes cry today. Awesome. Like what is instructor level? I don't know what it is. Instructor level to me, in my personal opinion, just for myself, because it's different for everybody, and you'll have your own goals, instructor level to me isn't like threesomes with 6s and 7s. If you guys want that, that's cool. I'm sure there's a guy who can teach you how to do that, how to have a threesome with 6s or have a threesome with 7s. I'm not that guy. If you want to learn how to date one amazing, quality, stunning, beautiful, successful, intelligent, articulate, elegant woman a week, I can show you how to do that. You want to go on a few dates with them and a few dates a week? I can show you how to do that. You want to learn how to walk down the street and pick up an international model? I can show you how to do that. Can't show you how to have threesomes with 6s. Sorry, guys. So what is instructor level? I have no idea. But in your mind, you're imagining once you level up, then your self-esteem will level up. But it works the opposite way around. You will find that you'll level up, get as many girls as you can, and you still feel like shit afterwards. You have to start liking yourself and loving yourself, self-love as they call it, and then the girls come. You get the self-love, which is inner game, and you work on your outer game. Self-love, inner game, and work on outer game. Self-love, inner game, and work on outer game. You do it simultaneously. They're both 50-50 important, all right?
How do you define what like an 8 or a 9 is or something? Isn't that like different fast?
It's relative. I don't know. I mean, I like girls from Ukraine, Budapest. Those are like very attractive girls to me. You might like girls from Turkey or Istanbul or something. I don't know. For me, and for every guy, it's gonna be different. For me, what I want in a woman is very fucking clear. I'm very fucking clear. Some of you guys asked me questions about pickup, and you weren't even clear what your question was. So if you don't even know what your question is, how are you gonna get a good answer? You can't. You do this fuzzy question, you're gonna get a fuzzy answer. I have a very clear idea of what I'm looking for in a girl. Very, very clear. Physically, I'm looking for this. She can be 5'2", or she can be 5'9" and up. There's a certain waist to hip ratio. I like to see a little bit of hip bone. I like her ass to have a curve from behind. I like her to have good legs and thighs. If she's wearing a skirt, I can see the muscle tone moving when she's walking in that skirt. I like a girl that has a flat stomach. She can have small breasts as long as they're athletic, or she can have large breasts that are voluptuous. I don't like breasts to go to the side. I want breasts to be firm. I want them to be perfectly shaped. I don't mind implants. I'm dating a girl who has implants right now. It's totally fine. I want her to have lips that are luscious. I don't want her to have lips that are thin that I can't even kiss. I want her to have very bright, open, youthful, intelligent eyes. If her hair is short, that's fine as long as it's fertile and soft. If her hair is long, that's even better. If it's long and luscious, if she blow dries it, she puts some effort to blow dry her fucking hair before she leaves the house. I know exactly what I want physically. As a person, I want a girl who is smart. Not book smart, but street smart. I can bring her around people, cool environments with other millionaires, travel with her, and she's gonna fit into every single room that I bring her in. Super important. I want a girl that is, cares about the world. She cares about giving to others besides just herself. She volunteers at least once a month or volunteers regularly. She helps people on the street. What does she do? Does she shun the person who has a broken leg, or does she help them and give them $1? It's up to her. She could like paint pictures that she thinks save little African kids, or make music on her guitar and think it saves little baby seals. I don't give a fuck as long as she's not selfish. I like a girl that says please, yes, and thank you. That means it's a girl who appreciates people doing things for her, and she knows how to be a woman. Feminine is so important to me. I want a woman who is able to dress up nice and also maybe cook. I think it's a lost art. I mean, you're here in Amsterdam, it's not a lost art here, but in North America, that's a lost fucking art, man. A woman cooking, it's fucking pathetic. It's pathetic. Can't boil a fucking pot of hot water. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I want a woman that understands I want a woman, to be perfectly honest, at this point I want a woman who's dated a successful guy. I want a woman who's dated a millionaire, who's dated a high status male, because she needs to be able to handle me going to 32 cities a year. And she's gotta be able to fly out with me sometimes. Say to her boss, hey, I need Friday off because I want to fly to Miami with him. I need that. I need a girl who understands that to cancel sometimes. I want that. I'm very, very clear on what I want. I can go on for fucking another 10 minutes. I'm very, very clear. By the way, when I go on a date, I'm talking about this. What I just told you, almost word for word, I'm talking about this on a date. Because when you ask the girl, what is she looking for? What does she say? Go with the flow. I'm just going with the flow. See what happens. What do you want? I don't know. But I know what I don't want. No fuck boys. Everybody's really clear what they don't want, no idea what they do want. When you actually are a guy that knows what you want, it stands out. Most of you guys cannot approach a very stunning woman because you don't know what you want when you approach her. You're very unclear. You're like, validation? Or you could be like, complete me? Or you could be like, just smile at me. Or maybe you want her to just laugh at your jokes. Maybe you approach her, you don't even want her. You just want her to react well to you. Maybe that's what you want. What do you actually want? Are you sure? Most guys I see that approach a 9 or 10 don't even make authentic eye contact with her. They're kind of like looking around, or they're trying to like look cool. You're actually looking at her like you actually want to like have sex with her. Because you don't believe it, you can have it. So your entitlement's down, don't know what you want, you talk to her, it shows. Shows all the way through. Yeah.
How do you know exactly what you want if you have not enough experience behind you?
Get more experience. I call it the Baskin-Robbins analogy. You know Baskin-Robbins? You guys have that here? No. Okay, Baskin-Robbins is in America. It's this ice cream store. And the way they've marketed themselves, the way they've talked about themselves, is that they have 31 flavors of ice cream. It's amazing. 31 different flavors, yeah. All the ice cream you can want. Let's see, you're lactose intolerant. A lot of ice cream. Okay, you go there, 31 flavors. And there's some people that walk into Baskin Robbins and they go, ooh, chocolate peanut? I don't want that. I want the cookie dough. And you'll say to them, how do you know you don't want the chocolate peanut? Have you ever tried it? And they go, no, I haven't tried it, but I just don't want it. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I heard Gary Vaynerchuk once say, a lot of people don't like oysters, and they've never had oysters. Think about that. If you're yourself, you probably don't like oysters. A couple people in this room don't like oysters, never had one. But for some reason in your mind, you think you don't like it. Girls are the same way. They think there's a guy they don't like, they don't actually know anything about the dude. You're the same way. There's some girls you don't like, and you don't even know anything about that girl. You make an assumption about a girl before you even approach her. You'll see a beautiful girl over there, you go, she's a bitch, look at her face. So she can't do anything about her face. It's like her bone structure. She's a bitch. So in the same way you think there's a lot of girls that you wouldn't get along with, you have to take time to experience them. How do you know what girls you don't like if you don't have experience? Get more girls. You gotta date a whole bunch of girls you don't like. You gotta date, I remember one time I pulled a girl home. Actually, I didn't pull her. I met her at a club. We went on a date. We went back to my place. She choked me with my belt. Like while we're having sex, like she had some weird like aggressive fantasy, where it's like there's some girls, if you just ask them to if you just flirt with them nice and you're a gentleman to them, they don't like it. So they'll start to test you and push you and not physically push you, but kind of be a little bit of a brat. And then one thing we're doing is we're having sex, and she's puts the belt around my neck. I don't know where she got it from. She starts choking me with the belt. She's like, harder. I literally blacked out. I went like there was a good couple seconds I lost consciousness. I was out like that. And I'm like, I do not like fucking these. I don't like them. It was that moment right then and there I decided I didn't like them. So it takes time. You have to go out and have a lot of experiences that you don't like. And if you have those experiences, then you know what you do like. But it takes time, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. It does take time. And you don't know until you go through it. Yeah, very quick.
How often have you had to reject 8 and 9?
I'll talk about that in a moment. I'll get into that. Yeah. So let's talk about the different types of girls. Let's stop theorizing for a bit. Let's talk about different types of girls. Let's talk about the bartender girl. What's her life like? What does she experience? What goes on in her day-to-day? The bartender girl, you see her at the club. She's special. She's behind the bar. She's on a raised platform. She looks amazing. She looks hotter than all the other girls on the dance floor. And she's there. She's choosing who she wants to give drinks to. And you look at this goddess and you say, I wish I could have her. That's not her life. Who she's in the bar, that's a situation. We call it situational confidence. It's not who she is in real life. Okay? At 3 o'clock when the bar closes, or 2 o'clock, wherever you are in the world, wherever time bars close, she's now a girl who's upset. She's upset at the amount of tips that she got. Why is she upset at the tips that she got? Because her plan in life is to work only 3 days a week. And she's like, I work 3 days a week, and I only made $300 each night. This is bullshit. You're like, what? You work 3 days and made $300 to $400 a night? What? Yeah, I didn't get tips. So she's living in a world where she thinks that minimum effort should give her a maximum result. And you're looking at her and you want to date this woman. She's probably only able to date guys that work in nightlife because she can't date somebody else because she's sleeping during the day. She's not meeting anybody during the day. She can only date guys that have the same schedule as her. That's how she meets them. She's a little over-entitled, a little bit bratty. She thinks she'll be young forever because she's 26, 27. Even if she's 30, she's had a good run. But she's also fucked a lot of fuckboys, and they've hurt her, so she's a little bit jaded. And then when she starts to reach 30, she wants to settle down with a guy, and she's used to dating the club bouncer or the other bartender, but they don't want her, they want younger girls now. And you look at her like a queen. Who's another type of girl? Another type of girl is the model. Modeling looks very glamorous. Looks very, very glamorous. I used to work in fashion. I worked in fashion for many years. I did fashion marketing for some of the major fashion brands in the world. Okay, I won't mention their names right now, but I worked with them. I helped them design their marketing campaigns and online sales stores. These girls who model are so fucked up. For a girl to start modeling, she starts when she's around 14 or 15 years old. Either she wants to do it herself or her parents push her into modeling. 14 or 15 years old. And at that age, she starts to already pick apart her body. I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. I wish my nose was thinner. I wish I had this, I wish I had beautiful, like she's comparing herself to other girls. Really hardcore. And then she starts modeling. She goes to what's called casting calls. Or sometimes they call them in the industry, they call them not even casting calls, they call them cattle calls. Because like 100 girls going for one job. So she's comparing herself to all these other girls who are beautiful at these cattle calls. And then she also has to build a portfolio. Every model has a bunch of photos that she's done with a photographer for free. And she works with the photographer for free. Photographer doesn't charge her. They work together to collaborate and they build a portfolio. When this model builds a portfolio, most of the photographers don't even want to take pictures with her. They're actually just trying to fuck her. Why would you become a photographer? Unless you're that interested in dresses and makeup. How many guys are super interested in dresses and makeup? Not that many. So why do they become photographers? To fuck girls. Same reason why guys become bouncers at club, to fuck girls. Bouncers don't make a lot of money. Why would you risk getting into a fight and staying outside in the cold at 1 o'clock in the morning? Why would you do that as a living? To fuck girls. That's why they do it. So the model girl, she gets very upset at life because all these guys she thought were her friends are actually trying to fuck her. And when she hits this realization, probably around the early 20s, around 21, 22, she's like, her world kind of crumbles, you know? Most models never make it to, they start off with something called a new face. A new face is like a new girl trying to introduce to the industry. Every year there's a new girl, a new girl, a new girl. If she's a new face for a year and nothing happens, she just probably gets cast to the side. It's like every day she wakes up and she knows her job can be gone. And then you have these other girls who do become professional and they do print work. Print money, it's not very much. Print ads, not a lot. Then you have the other girls who do catalogs or runways. Runways are better, but it's not very often. There's a fashion show twice a year maybe. 3 times, 4 times a year, depending on the country. It's very hard for them to make money. So even though they have this glamorous life of amazing clothes, amazing travel, guess what? They give the clothes back at the end of the day. Most of the time, they live in a small apartment with other models. They have a little bedroom, and that's it. Most of these model girls don't have 2 coins to rub together because their jobs are spread out. They might have a bunch of jobs during the summer, but then no jobs for the winter. There are a bunch of jobs, it goes like that in seasons too sometimes. So you're looking at these girls going, damn, I'd like to possess one of them. Only at a very, very top level do they make some serious cash. But the in-betweens, not that much. They have a very, very short career. Also, these girls that are models, guess what? If you're making money off of your looks, you're not in school, when you hit 25, 24, your modeling career is starting to slow down or end, you have no other job skills, what the fuck are you gonna do? How are you gonna retire? These girls are frightened, okay? A lot of these girls' houses, not models or bartenders, but a lot of attractive girls who go to their house and it's like an air mattress on the floor because they never got the cash together to get a real mattress, and like cat poop in the litter, and it just like smells the whole house, and that litter hasn't been changed very regularly. And these are the girls you're intimidated of at the club because they put on high heels and they put on a mini skirt and they learn how to blow dry their hair and make raccoon eyes with the makeup. I like the raccoon eyes and smoky eyes myself, but that's who you're intimidated about. You know nothing about her. You don't even know what her world's like, and that's why you're intimidated. You know nothing about her. Who else do you want to date? Strippers? We're in Amsterdam. Yeah, we're in the red light district. Let me tell you about strippers. Why do you want to date a stripper? Because she is sexual. She's super sexual, is that right? Why do you want to date her? Okay. Cool. Maybe she can fuck you. Yeah, maybe. Guess what? Most strippers you date will try not to fuck you. They'll fuck you the first night, second night, then they won't fuck you anymore. They'll try to go on a pussy strike. You know why? Think about it. Very simple answer. Why?
Yeah, it's like a chef who doesn't cook at home.
Exactly. Say it louder.
It's like a chef who doesn't cook at home.
Yeah, it's like a chef who doesn't cook at home. Chefs don't want to cook all day and then come home and cook. Do you think I talk about personal life? Not really. I went to Jeff's house, Jeffy, in San Francisco once. He has a rule. It's on his fridge. There's no talk in this house. You go to Jeff's house, there's a sign that says no talking in the house. So what am I going to do then? I can't ask him the burning question that I want to know. No pickup talk. If you guys see me at the club tonight and you're like, Madison, I have a question. I'm like, I'll just won't answer it. Unless like maybe like buy me a Red Bull or something like that. At least you exchange value, right? But a stripper doesn't want to. A stripper comes home and she doesn't want to fuck you because she's been fucking, oh, she hasn't been fucking all day, but she's been like riding guys' cocks, giving them an impression of what it's like to have sex, giving them a virtual experience of sex. So she's like, every stripper wants to fall in love. So some strippers are just like ice cold, but they all want to fall in love. They don't know what love is anymore, but they want to fall in love. They dream of love. They dream of meeting a guy who doesn't want them. That's not why you're dating them. You want them for their. That's what they dream of. They want to meet a guy who likes them for them. Every stripper you meet will be like, take me out, treat me special, buy me flowers, call me, tell me you care. And you're like, what? She's probably stripping. I'd say, this is just keeping it real here. I've dated a few strippers. I'd say 50% of the strippers that I've known in my life, which is a lot, okay, a lot. 50% of them have lost their virginity when they were 14 years old or younger. So they had this very like free liberal idea of sex because they lost it when they were 14 years or younger. 25% of them have either by a friend or an uncle or a boyfriend because they were a little too exciting for men, a little too flirtatious maybe to men, a little too sensual for men to resist. They were naive at the time, they didn't know any better. So you have this girl, 14 years old, maybe lost her virginity, maybe at some point in her life, and now you're dating her, and she's going out and taking off her clothes for men every day. How's that relationship going to be like? I really don't know. It's going to have some hiccups. It's going to have some challenges, some problems, because she wants nothing to do with sex, and you want everything to do with sex. Your goals don't line up. And these are the women you're dreaming of. Same thing for Playboy models. I know a lot of Playboy models. I know a lot of Maxim cover girls. These girls have spent so much money on their appearance, breast implants that have broken, and then they have to have them fixed again. And then broken, have to have the breast implant fixed again. Girls that don't like their nose or lips, you have a baby with that girl, you don't know what the babies look like. You're like, whose baby is this? Who baby that? That's not my baby. Whose baby is this? Baby, it's yours. No, it ain't. Don't look like you. There's actually a guy, I think it was in Japan, that went to court. You guys hear about that? The guy in Japan, or I think, or it was China. He's like, he had a baby and it looked nothing like him and his wife. And then he found out his wife had like complete like reconstructive surgery on her whole face and body, you know? And she doesn't like, she looks completely different. He's like, ugh. So now he sued her, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? 'Cause these girls don't look like them. You're attracted to what they look like. It's not what they look like. They don't look like that. She don't look like, you're looking at something that's not who she is. She doesn't look like that. So, these are the girls that intimidate you. These are the girls that you put on a pedestal. These are the girls that you're scared of. Why? Just because you can't see their problems doesn't mean they don't have any problems. They can be just as messed up as you are. That's my positive note. All right, we're done, guys. Thank you. They can be just as messed up as you are. All right, so now that I brought you down to reality a little bit, let me tell you a little bit about how to actually get an attractive girl, how to get a stunning girl, what makes a difference. Most of the challenges you have in game are because you're focused on the wrong level. You're focused on things that you think matter, but they don't. The level you're focused on is the surface level, okay? Surface level conversation. That is, what did you say? That is, what did you look like? Did you have good clothes? Did you have the gel in your hair? What was your opener? That girl, was she walking fast? How good are your dance moves for dance floor game? Be surprised, every time I go out with the guys on boot camp, they're like, but I don't know how to dance. I'm like, doesn't matter. That's surface level. That's what you're mostly concerned with. The first text that you send a girl, what's your opener? Is she laughing at your jokes? That's baby shit, okay? Baby shit. The boss level stuff, the higher level stuff, is the shadow level communication. You have surface level communication and shadow level communication. The shadow level communication is the things that the girl is not saying to you, what she's thinking, okay? That's gonna be stuff like, does he even like me? The whole time I'm talking to a girl, I want her to think, does he really like me? I want her thinking, where is this going? I want her thinking, what does he like about me? Why is he here? Is he out of my league? Is he doing this for fun, or does he see a future? Would he stick around? That's shadow level communication. Has he dated girls that were better than me? Has he dated girls that are out of her league? That's what she's thinking about, shadow level communication. Most of you guys are focused on the wrong frequency. You're focused on the surface level, and that's why you can't connect with hot women. Hot women, the hottest ones, are only looking at shadow level communication. That's because they've been approached by guys since they were 14 years old. Every single guy has been trying to fuck her since she was 14 years old, including her uncle. And she knows what cold approach looks like. She's seen cold approach, every technique, far beyond you can even imagine, okay? I went out with a friend of mine for dinner the other day, and she was trying to be nice to me. This is the Olympic athlete lady, okay? She was trying to be nice to me because she did some bad things in the past. So she takes me on this dinner, and she says, meet me at the restaurant. It's a nice restaurant. I meet her there, and the waitress brings us champagne. She's pre-ordered champagne, and then she gets me the dessert. You know, she's laughing at my jokes. It's great. Then she calls an Uber. We hang out. Back in the day before, she would like give me a massage, like stuff like that. You know, like really slick. I'm like, damn, girl, how are you so slick? How are you such a slick person? She goes, oh, I've been on a lot of dates, and I see what guys do. I just copy it. I see things that I like. It's like going on a date is like a store first. She's like, ooh, that's pretty good. I'll take that and I'll put it in my date. A little adventure, I'll put that in my date. She's like, oh yeah, I just go on dates all the time. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. The girls have seen everything. They've seen everything. You're not gonna go up to her and trick her with game. You can't trick a girl at that level with game. She has low self-esteem, maybe. But you can't trick her with game. You have to do something else. You gotta look at the shadow level communication, okay? So most of the time you're thinking of this, you're doing this. Watch my hand. What do I say? It's my opener. How fast is she going? More logistics. How do I get home? What do I say? Is it funny? My shirt clean? I'm wearing hair gel? It's good. What's going on? Oh no, she's walking fast. Her friends will like me. Oh, the guy with her. You just focus on this. Okay? This speed. And in her mind, she was doing something different. She's doing this. You're missing her. You're in a completely different rhythm. You're looking at a completely different level of the conversation. Because of that, she doesn't pay attention to you. You don't connect with her. Okay, she's looking at certain things. She's looking at certain things below the surface to let her know that you're an alpha guy. First of all, what is she looking at? One of the first things she looks at is silence. Most of pickup is done in silence. Talking is important, most of it's silent. On boot camp, I have guys do a silent opener. They go up to a girl that can't talk for 10 seconds. That's the open. Silence. Somebody who's comfortable with himself or alpha is comfortable with silence. If I stood here and I felt the need to talk, every single sentence, really close together, and let silence in the room, I look weird. I look inconfident. There should be moments where you're like this. Oh, you were saying? Right? There should be moments like that. You're just comfortable with the silence. You're not trying to avoid the silence. One of the things I used to do when I was first starting out is, this, again, the 10 seconds of no silence. I try to do that. With a really attractive girl, you should also be comfortable touching her. Now, if you're not comfortable touching a girl, just get comfortable with that at least first, right? I don't mean like assault people with your touch. I don't mean that. Like look at their eyes, notice if they're comfortable or they're not. Are they tightened up? Are they leaning back? Or are they leaning into it and they're smiling? Okay, but touch. Now it doesn't go up. First of all, you're just comfortable touching 6s. Then you're comfortable touching 7s. This really happens, by the way. It's not a thing you make up. You feel like you have to desert. You literally have to go up in levels and touch hotter and hotter women. Most guys that bring around a stunning girl, they can't touch her. They're just like a chicken, and then the girl's like, do something, loser. And he has nothing. And then she just leaves. Because he's not comfortable touching her. You gotta touch. Gotta touch. Gotta touch. And you'll get more comfortable touching more attractive women as time goes on. What's another thing she's looking at? She's looking at, do you qualify yourself? So qualifying yourself means, do you try to prove to her that you're cool? Or do you just undertalk everything you do? She goes, where do you live? You go, in the woods. Do you have a cool job? No, but my mom thinks I'm fun. You just don't qualify yourself at all. Is that an iPhone 4? Yeah. Or you get her to qualify herself. Qualifying is just trying to find out she's a girl of quality, right? So find out she's a girl of quality is something like, what do you do in life and shit? What do you have going on for you that's pretty cool right now that you're proud of? Those are qualifying questions. Again, you gotta really know what the fuck you're looking for. What do you even want in a girl? Like guys, seriously, like you have to know the top 5 things that you want in a woman. You have to like write it down literally. Take like a moment, like, I like this, I like that. Based on exes that you had, like take all of your last exes, take like your last 4 exes if you had any girlfriends, and write down the best quality of each one of those girls. And when you talk to a woman tonight, actually try to find out if the girl has that quality. If one of your best girlfriends was very nurturing and she folded your laundry, maybe. Meet a girl tonight, be like, hey, are you, I know it's kind of a funny question, but are you good around the house? What do you mean? Maybe. Tell me about it. With a smile on your face, don't look like a jerk. Tell me about how you're good around the house. Like, smile on your face, it's a joke, you know? I like a girl who's very sexual, okay? And I say it like this, I go, hey, I need a girl who's like pretty much a nymphomaniac because I like to celebrate with sex a lot, and I don't ever want to make her feel pressured. You know, so are you like the type of woman that would get a guy a glass of water after sex? Or you just like stand there and like let it be hot for everybody? You know? Qualifying her, seeing what she's about, seeing what she wants. At every point in the interaction, a woman will pull away. A very attractive woman will give you nothing to work with. The more attractive the girl, the more she's gonna give you nothing to work with. There's gonna be moments of that. And when I say that she gives you nothing to work with, I mean, she's not gonna laugh at your jokes. She's not gonna tell you that you're amazing. She's gonna barely look at you. She'll do this, then you kind of like look around into the stars, look around the sky, and you're like, oh, she doesn't like me. She needs to do that because most guys can't handle that. Most guys, when an attractive girl takes away her attention, they go, Mommy. Right? Because your mommy told you everything was all right. Mommy told you it was okay. When you drew that little crappy, ugly drawing with crayons in school and you brought it home, mommy said, look at that piece of shit. I love that. She put it on the fridge. And mommy told you it was all right. But you become a man when you don't need mommy to tell you that it's all right anymore. So when that girl doesn't love your drawing or your joke, do you go, oh yeah? Or do you go? She's looking for that. She's gonna take that attention away. Guys, I call it the value hold. It's called the value hold, okay? The value hold. She's gonna see if you hold your value or if you get spineless, weak, become a little leaf in the wind. She's gonna look for that. Emotionally, are you about yourself? Are you strong emotionally? Is your happiness as a guy more important than the girl in front of you? She's gonna insult you to see if or tease you, to see if you are happy with yourself, or is a girl more important than your happiness? When your wingman comes up, are you like, yeah, not now. Yeah. Or do you fucking love your wingman more than you love her? Oh, what's up, bro? Yo. You pick him up and you put your wingman on your back. You're like, oh, we're right back. And you guys are having more fun. You don't even need her there. Girls want to see that you love your buddies. Because if your buddies don't love you, why should she love you? If your wingman don't even like you and they don't want to talk to you, why the fuck should she talk to you? She's gonna look at them and go, they don't like him. Why should I like him? They know him longer than me. I see that all the time. Two guys approach, one guy's on his girl, bam! Next guy on his girl, bam! And then don't even talk to each other or tell jokes to each other. It's the saddest thing ever. She's looking at that. She can see it because she loves her friends. She loves to have drinks with her friends, dinner with her friends, hang out, party. How do girls greet each other? Ah, Lakeisha. So they greet each other like that. She wants to see that you love your guys, your bros. All these little cues tell that you're cool. She's not looking at what you say, she's looking at what you do. I call that evidence theory, okay? Evidence theory. She's not looking at what you say, she's looking at what you do, your behaviors. It's an old saying in English. It goes, actions speak louder than words. You ever heard that in English? Yeah? Actions speak louder than words. Or a picture paints 1,000 words. That's because every single guy can walk to a girl and say he's very cool. He can say it, but his behaviors tell more. His behaviors tell what's really going on inside his mind. His behaviors tell everything. So what you just saw is the explanation and the execution of inner game. That's what I'm a world-class dating coach at. I specialize in how to take that inner game and execute it into the real world, into your outer game to get results with women and also results in your social life and career. Now, if you're interested in this kind of thing, I recommend you check out Boss. So Boss is my 10 years of self-development and pickup combined into a digestible system, all right? I take you by the hand and we start off from where you are, the person that you are, unsatisfied. We get you to imagine who you can be, what that guy would be. We fight your internal demons and we get you all the way up to elite level game. I'm talking about instructor level game and instructor level results, okay? This is my character-based pickup style, which is the execution of inner game, and I show you how to do that. I don't make you into Madison 2.0, I make you into you 2.0. It also has hot seat style infield footage broken down with missions and meditations and awareness exercise. It's honestly the best program that's ever been invented in the history of pickup, and I put my life on that. All right, cross my heart, swear to die. I fucking swear to you. And by the way, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on that program, so you're not completely satisfied. I know you will be. All the testimonials say that people are satisfied, but if you're not, you get your money back. You also get a golden ticket to my hot seat anywhere in the world, so you can come meet me live, in face, person-to-person, face-to-face, in person, in your city, no matter where you are. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. As always, keep in touch, and don't be a stranger. Boss.
He's in reaction to Madison, and now he's fucked. Oh no! That's really how the rap song goes in my head when I game. I see them following it, I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Boss. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved from the balls.